defending your religious freedom. Here is Dr. Chaps.
Welcome back. I'm Dr. Chaps. Our next story comes from Breitbart, who reports, the White House has now fired and reassigned Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman, an Army colonel who was serving on the National Security Council. Breitbart says U.S. Army spokesman on Friday confirmed that the Vindman brothers have both been reassigned to the Department of the Army after their removal from the White House National Security Council. One of those brothers, Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman, was a key witness in the House Democrats' partisan impeachment inquiry and has now been fired from the National Security Council and escorted out of the White House last week Friday, CNN first reported. Vindman's attorney, David Pressman, confirmed his client's termination and subsequent removal from the White House and reassignment to the Department of the Army. He's still in the Army. He's not being court-martialed. But Pressman said in a statement, quote, "Today, Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman was escorted out of the White House where he had dutifully served his country and his president. He does so having spoken publicly once and only pursuant to a subpoena from the U.S. Congress. There is no question in the mind of any American why this man's job is over, why this country now has one less soldier serving at the White House. He was asked to leave for telling the truth. His honor, his commitment to right, frightened the powerful. Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman leaves the White House today, but we must not accept the departure of truth, duty, and loyalty that he represents. In this country, right matters, and so does truth." End quote. And that's the news. Our thanks to Breitbart.com for that report. Other reports say, and his co-workers who knew Colonel Vindman for years say that in his politics, he was an activist Democrat. And in his testimony against the President of the United States during the House version of the impeachment hearings, he said that it was his opinion that Donald Trump violated the law by demanding things from Ukraine. Well, last I heard, he's not a lawyer. He's on the National Security Council, and his job is not to accuse the president, but to advise the president on how to defend the national security interests of the United States. You know, like fighting corruption that's happening in Ukraine that Joe and Hunter Biden were involved in? But no, an activist Democrat wearing a uniform would only accuse the president of wrongdoing, not the Bidens of wrongdoing. And so he was exposed by many, in their opinion, I have no opinions, right? to be an activist hack, a Democrat who was anti-Trump and now has been fired by Trump. So, that said, I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt because in some ways I've been in his shoes. Did you know when I was a Navy chaplain, I was a whistleblower? That I took a stand and stood in front of the Bush White House to demand religious freedom for the right to pray in Jesus' name? And when I was asked by Congress to come into their offices and explain my story and what I saw higher-ups doing, I blew the whistle against the Pentagon, and I saw at that point Congress was in my chain of command. Because the president at that time, George W. Bush, was not being helpful to my religious freedom or any Navy chaplains. In fact, they did the opposite. They wrote a bad policy saying punish chaplains for praying in Jesus' name. So I, as a whistleblower, went to Congress, just like this Alexander Vindman did. And I, as a whistleblower, was later fired. Involuntarily separated, honorably discharged from the United States Navy. After a 16-year career as an officer, I lost a $1 million pension. Because they do punish the whistleblowers. Because we are not there to defend the institution, we are there to defend the Constitution. Now, the difference between me and Vindman is, I did defend the Constitution. I was vindicated by Congress later. They changed the law, and the Navy repented and restored religious freedom for other chaplains, but not for me. In your case, Colonel Vindman, you took your shot at the commander-in-chief, and you lost. He was acquitted by the United States Senate by a majority vote, 53 or even 52 to the rest, said that Donald Trump did nothing wrong, and the evidence that you provided was not enough to convict him of any wrongdoing. Time will tell if you keep your career the way that I lost mine. The Bible says this in Romans 2. Those who show the work of the law is written on their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness, and between themselves their thoughts accusing or else excusing them. Through your lawyer, Colonel Vindman, it sounds like your conscience is clear. Let's hope you can sleep at night with your God. I'm Dr. Chaps. You know, some people are worried that we're losing our country, but they ask, how can we take a stand? We have produced now these two effective resources for you, a DVD video series and a book. Yours for a suggested donation of just $50, and we will offer you 4 videos on this disc to teach you how to become an effective Christian activist. For example, how did I send 5 million petitions to Congress? How did we organize and change bad laws or policies in 13 states? How did I run and win a seat in the Colorado legislature? We will also offer you this 30-day prayer manual, How to Liberate the World in 30 Days. They're both yours for a suggested donation of just $50. Visit our website, prayinjesusname.org, or write to the address on your screen, or better yet, pick up the phone and call us at 866-OBEY-GOD. You can learn the easy steps to take back your country. Call us today.
Dr. Chaps needs your financial support to stay on the air. Would you please send your best donation today? Please visit PrayInJesusName.org to donate online. Or you can mail a check to Pray in Jesus Name Ministries, Post Office Box 77077, Colorado Springs, Colorado 80970. You can also call us toll-free right now at 866-OBEY-GOD. That's 866-OBEY-GOD. Please sign up for our free emails at PrayInJesusName.org. Again, that's PrayInJesusName.org.